prolonged time is called chrono. And chronic is prolonged inflammation. Prolonged beyond 4 weeks, any inflammation process which prolongs beyond 4 weeks is called chronic. Okay? Most often it is acute inflammation which will prolong. Okay. And leads to chronic inflammation. If the host is weak, it will lead to chronic inflammation. If the organism is strong, it will overpower the host and will lead to chronic inflammation. If the immunity is deranged, it will lead to chronic inflammation. If the host is suffering from some other chronic disease, that will also lead to chronic inflammation. If the host is taking some immunosuppressive drugs, that will also lead to chronic inflammation. Abdullah Utaibi, Muhammad Ahmed Alafi, Basan Malawi, Dwadami 20277 Mishari, Abdullah Utaibi, Dwadami, Abdul Mohsen, Mohannad, Dwadami, Anas, Dwadami, Mishari, Dwadami.
Yes, doctor.
Yes. So almost all have joined. Now I will, Ibrahim, Nawaf Mansoor, Dwadami, Abdullah, Dwadami. So now I will slowly start with the lecture. This lecture is very, very important. Most of the diseases in the body are due to inflammation. The major ailment and every disease is due to inflammation. If you can understand the basis of inflammation, you will understand 90% of pathology and 100% of medicine. The pathology is directly related to medicine. Direct. If you know your pathology, we will tell you what kind of a doctor you will become. You will be the best doctor in the world if you know your pathology. So know your pathology. William Osler from England told this. Know your pathology, so is your medicine. Okay, knowledge of medicine. So I will now start as per almost all have joined. 45 people have joined. It's very good. So Muhammad is trying to join from Dwadami. Yes, net is slow. So chronic inflammation. Inflammation, prolonged duration or weeks or months, more than 4 weeks. That is more than 1 month, in which there is coexistence of inflammation, tissue injury, and repair. Repairing is also going on. Repair of the tissue is a hand-in-hand process. Hand-in-hand. As the tissue gets inflamed, the repair system will also get activated in the body. So in chronic inflammation, there is inflammation, tissue injury, and repairing attempts. Who is this? VVXVV. VVXVV. Who is this? Please write the name or ID number. VVXVV. Please write your name please write your name or ID number. We don't know whether you are from Dovadami or we cannot mark attendance for VVXVV. His ID is VVXVV. Okay, so chronic inflammation lasts for weeks, more than 4 weeks or months. It can go for a year. Yes, tuberculosis, 1 year. Treatment for tuberculosis, more than 6 months, 9 months. You know? Do you know that? Yes.
It is 6 months, right?
Yes, yes, very good. So characteristics of chronic inflammation, it leads to different set of reactions. Why it is prolonged? Because of macrophages, lymphocytes, plasma cells. They have long life. Lymphocyte can live in the body almost same life of the person. Only the cytotoxic T cells have short life, whereas the memory cells, B lymphocytes, can live for many days, many months, many years. You know, we do not know the life. Plasma cells, lifelong. Macrophages, lifelong. Tissue destruction is induced by products of inflammatory cells. This is very, very important. What are the products? Cytokines, lymphokines, proteins elaborated from the inflammatory cells. That is the RBC, WBC, platelets, endothelial cell, all are in the inflammatory cells. And repair. Repair occurs whenever there is fibroblast production. Fibroblast is the repair cell in the body, wherever, bone, skin, nerve, wherever it is, brain, wherever it is fibroblast. Fibroblast get transformed. An endothelial cell can get transformed. A macrophage can get transformed. A myeloid cell can get transformed to fibroblast. This is brought about by inflammatory products of inflammatory cells. These are nothing but fibroblast growth factor, epidermal growth factor, vascular endothelial growth factor. All these things will bring about the repair processes in the body, and the major repair cell is fibroblast. So here we'll show you the morphology. Again in the lab, I will show you this weekend. On tomorrow, they have an online lab. Acute inflammation, we have plenty of inflammatory cells. The same acute inflammation will prolong in the body, either due to deficiency in the host or either due to increased virulence. Virulence is the capacity to overcome the host defense. Weakened host defense, the virulent organism can prolong its stay in the body. So this is the normal, this is acute inflammation. You see, normal is clear. No inflammatory cells, few blood vessels which are not congested. Here you see congested blood vessels, stasis of blood, the alveolar septae. Here is the lung, it is the picture of the lung. Plenty of inflammatory cells, neutrophil, macrophage, plasma cells. We cannot make out what it is, but all are inflammatory cells. Plenty in acute inflammation. Next is, yes, high power inflammation, picture of the chronic inflammation in the lung. Chronic inflammatory cells. Chronic inflammatory cells are nothing but lymphocyte, macrophage, plasma cells. Okay? They destroy the parenchyma. They destroy. And the replacement is done by fibroblast, fibrosis. We call this process as fibrosis. Okay? This asterisk mark is nothing but collection of lymphocyte, plasma cells, macrophages. Chronic inflammation.
So, doctor.
Yes?
In differentiation between the acute and chronic, in the chronic,
yes.
we will not see the congested blood
Yes,
vessel.
yes. Now, this slide will show you the differentiation. Duration, acute is short. Within days, maximum 7 days, the acute inflammation will heal. If treatment is given, it will be better. It will be more faster. Within 3-4 days, the inflammation will subside. And chronic, long, more than 4 weeks, once, yes. And onset is acute, sudden onset in acute inflammation, whereas chronic inflammation, slow, insidious means slow. First, there will be weight loss, then there will be loss of appetite. That will go on for months, weeks. Afterwards, chronic inflammation will set in. Insidious process, slow process. Okay, there is a prodrome. We call this prodrome. Prodromal. Prodromal symptoms are there. Loss of weight, loss of appetite, malaise, unwantedness. I don't want anything. The person feels that. Even his mental condition will be depressed in sickness. So later it will prolong on to chronic inflammation.
Doctor,
Yes,
both will damage the parenchymal cells.
yes. Parenchymal cells are damaged because of the release of inflammatory mediators, bradykinin, all the proteases, collagenases, all this will destroy the inflamed cell. Inflamed organ has to be repaired. So all the inflammatory cells will remove the inflamed organs. They will repair and put new.
Doctor,
Yes.
but isn't some of the acute inflammation can induce loss of appetite, or
Yes.
so it's not specific for chronic inflammation?
Chronic inflammation, yes. Acute inflammation also, it will produce loss of appetite, feverish feeling, we don't want to eat, all those things. If it prolongs, it will become chronic. Even in acute, this is seen. Prodrome, mild prodrome. But it will be overcome fast. Within no time, it will overcome. Within hours, it will overcome. The inflammatory cells in acute inflammation are neutrophils and macrophages. And chronic, it is lymphocyte, plasma cell, macrophages, fibroblast. Macrophages are common, even in acute or in chronic. Okay? Vascular changes, acute vasodilatation, as we saw in the vascular events of acute inflammation, vasodilatation, increased permeability. Whereas in chronic, neoangiogenesis, new blood vessel formation, granulation tissue. Granulation tissue is a mixture of fibroblast and new blood vessels, angiogenesis. Healing, repair. We will study more about it in healing and repair. So fluid exudation, edema is very prominent in acute, very mild in chronic. In chronic, it is more of fibroblast, Fluid will not be seen much. But whereas in acute, fluid, because you have increased vascular flow, blood vessel, vasodilatation, and osmotic pressure, everything decreases, it will cause edema. Okay? Cardinal signs, that is the rubor, Calor, Dollar, all are prominent in the acute, whereas not seen in chronic. So, chronic inflammation is otherwise called as cold abscess. Have you heard of this word? Cold abscess. It occurs in chronic inflammation like tuberculosis. Cold means that abscess is not very painful. Even if you touch the patient, there is a dull pain in chronic inflammation. Whereas in acute inflammation, if you touch the inflamed site, the patient will jump and kick you. That is hot abscess. In acute, it is hot abscess. In chronic, it is cold. The pain and swelling and heat, rubor, Calor, everything is decreased in chronic. Okay?
Like in tuberculosis, right?
Yes, like in tuberculosis, very common example for tuberculosis. But fortunately, in Saudi Arabia, there is no case of tuberculosis because of strict preventive measures by the government. Very, very intelligent health department of Saudi Arabia. No single case, no single case, no strict screening for tuberculosis. No tuberculosis is seen. Persistent infections, causes of chronic inflammation are persistent. Immune mediated, antigen antibody. If an antigen enters the body, the antibody will go on to be produced prolonged production of antibody. So the inflammation will stay on. Antigen antibody reactions, if it occur, always they are chronic. Inflammatory disease, prolonged inflammatory diseases, all will cause chronic inflammation. First, more commonest is rheumatoid arthritis, prolonged inflammation. Bacterial endocarditis, prolonged. Many of these conditions are prolonged, even tuberculosis, prolonged inflammation. Prolonged exposure to toxic agents, potentially toxic agents, prolonged exposure. Water contaminated with cadmium, arsenic, heavy metals, heavy metal. Okay, and lack of increased reactive oxygen species. Okay,
Doctor,
all will produce toxemia, toxic agents. Okay, in the body will lead to chronic inflammation.
Doctor,
And yes,
so potential toxic agent will delay the fibrosis, right?
yes, delay the fibrosis. We will come to it. We will come to you. We will tell that. Persistent infections, example Mycobacterium, difficult to eradicate. Why? Because these mycobacteria will lie within the necrotic material. The necrotic material does not get blood supply. So the bacteria grows. The drugs which you administer cannot reach the necrotic spot. Okay? So they will grow. And inflammatory reaction is specific, called as granuloma. All these inflammatory, chronic inflammatory diseases will produce granulomatous reaction. So a granuloma is a chronic inflammatory reaction composed of chronic inflammatory cells like lymphocyte, macrophage, histiocytes, epithelioid cells, and plasma cells. Very less neutrophils or no neutrophils. So they tend to elicit T lymphocyte or immune-mediated response, otherwise called as delayed hypersensitivity. Delayed hypersensitivity. This was postulated by a theory of Robert Koch. Robert Koch. It was in 18th century, 1882. This disease has been diagnosed, 1882. 18th century, now almost 2 centuries, 250 years over. Okay. So now is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who is this? Who is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Tell him to write the name on the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please write your name. Otherwise, you cannot give attendance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Who is it? Please write your name. So delayed type hypersensitivity was postulated by Robert Koch, and he diagnosed Mycobacterium. Yes. And later, after 2 centuries, they found the treatment. In 1949, they found out the treatment for this. By the first drug, by Alexander Fleming, streptomycin. Streptomycin was the first. Then they started treatment. For 2 centuries, it has killed people. Many countries have got washed by tuberculosis, chronic inflammations, Just worse than corona. Corona is nothing. Corona we have handled within 6 months. Treatment has been got, but not like Corona. Mycobacterium tuberculosis, 2 centuries, 200 years. So chronic inflammation causes inappropriate activation of immune system, immune reactions leading to autoimmune disease. Autoimmune means the self antigen itself is recognized as foreign. Okay. The self protein, the collagen within the body, the vascular proteins, the endothelial cell, all are become inflamed. All will act as antigens. And so there are antibodies produced. And such diseases are examples: rheumatoid arthritis, inflammatory bowel diseases. Okay. So these are some of the examples of chronic inflammation. So prolonged exposure. So non-degradable exogenous material, non-degradable like carbon. Okay. Carbon in the inhaled particle, silica, you go, people who are suffering from, who are living in the deserts, they go in the deserts, in the sandstorms, they live, they have to live there at times. They do not have air conditions. They do not have facilities to prevent themselves. Those who work in silica, sandblasting factories, coal factories, paint factories, they will have to inhale, and this will lead to chronic inflammation. These diseases, these materials will block the exchange of oxygen and will lead to dangerous diseases. Chronic inflammation. So chronic inflammation can lead to cancer. Cancer is a form of chronic inflammation. If you can study chronic inflammation and prevent chronic inflammation, you will prevent cancer. This field is open. This field is still open. If any one of you will find out a treatment or devise a method to prevent chronic inflammation in the body, you will win cancer and win Nobel Prize. So put your mind into this. Prevention of cancer, prevention of chronic inflammation. Okay? Even treatment of cancer. We use all anti-chronic inflammatory drugs. Okay? So such a drug, if you detect, I think you will get a Nobel Prize. Okay? Inshallah. Cardiovascular diseases. As I told you, bacterial endocarditis. Bacteria affecting the heart. Alzheimer's disease is known to be caused by viruses. Okay? Neurological, the viral proteins will affect the neuronal cells and will damage the neuronal cortex, cortical damage to the brain, and will lead to brain atrophy. Neurological disease, arthritis, as I told you, rheumatoid arthritis, chronic inflammation. Autoimmune, antibodies against the collagen, against the proline, against the amino acids which synthesize collagen. And autoimmune diseases. Okay? SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus. Anti-DNA antibodies. Anti-DNA, the DNA itself has got developed antibodies. These are called autoimmune diseases. Diabetes is a form of inflammatory disease, inflammation of the beta cells of pancreas. Beta cells of pancreas. They damage the beta cells. So beta cells produce insulin. So insulin lack will cause diabetes. And pulmonary diseases. Common viruses, bacteria, parasites, protozoa, all will cause inflammation in the lungs. Very dangerous diseases. So chronic inflammation is the major crux. If you can prevent chronic inflammation, you will prevent almost all diseases. you will win the Nobel Prize. So chronic inflammatory cells, here we have
Doctor.
shown. Yes, yes.
So chronic inflammation can lead to atrophy of brain cells.
Yes, yes, atrophy. It's an inflammatory disease. Alzheimer's disease is an inflammatory disease. If you can prevent the inflammation in the brain by these proteins, these abnormal proteins which are produced, you will prevent Alzheimer. Yes.
But Alzheimer because aging, doctor.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, very good question. Here we see the macrophage. Here is another picture of a macrophage. Lymphocyte. These are the plasma cells. You see here, plasma cell is identified by eccentric nucleus. This is a B lymphocyte. Plasma cell is nothing but B lymphocyte. They secrete immunoglobulins. Immunoglobulins are natural antibodies, natural antibiotics, natural, synthesized by the body, not which are produced in the factory. They are natural antibodies, immunoglobulins, synthesized by plasma cells. Okay, these are the cells of chronic inflammation and mediators. Now, macrophages, they are the dominant cells of chronic inflammation. These macrophages are even seen in acute inflammation and majorly in chronic inflammation. In the CNS, they are called microglia. Microglia. In the liver, they are called Kupffer cells. Kupffer. In the lungs, they are alveolar macrophages. In the bone, they are osteoclast. The osteoclast is the bone macrophage.
Doctor,
The alveolar macrophages are in the lungs. The Kupffer cells are in the liver. In the CNS, they are called microglia. Name is one, but different forms. Different forms. So here is, the macrophage is derived from monocyte. Yes.
are they different in the structure of everything? Why don't we should call them all?
Very good question. Very good question. Yes, yes. We will tell you about it. We will tell you as we go proceed. We will tell you. And in systemic diseases, we will deal in detail. Now you have to give a general knowledge. Now you are gaining general knowledge of chronic inflammation. In systemic diseases, in arthritis, in joint diseases, we will deal separately with all these things. Okay. So do not focus, do not go out of your focus in this from this class, because this class is little prolonged. So macrophages, bone marrow, in the blood they are called monocytes. In the tissue they are called histiocytes. In the tissue, histiocyte. In the blood, it is monocyte. In the bone marrow, it is produced by the hematopoietic stem cell. Promonocyte, monocyte are the developmental stages. Monocyte in the blood, macrophage in the tissue and blood. Okay, same cell. So monocytes arise from the bone marrow. The monocytes reach the extravascular tissue and have longer lifespan. I told you a monocyte can stay in the body for lifetime. Lifetime, yes. And normally diffuse scattered monocytes in the liver, they are called Kupffer cells. In the lymph nodes, they are called histiocytes. Sinus, histiocytes. Lymphoid sinuses, they will be present in the lymphoid sinuses. Central nervous system, they are called microglia. In the lungs, alveolar. So macrophages act as filters. They will filter which person is needed in the body, which cell, which organism is needed, which organism is not needed. They will recognize, macrophages. Okay? So particulate matter, everything they will filter. So there are two pathways for activation. They will not get activated immediately. They will be silently watching in the body, in different organs. They will be present everywhere in the body. In the bone they are present. In the skin they are present. In the brain they are present. In the bone marrow they are present. In the everywhere they are present. In the blood they are present. So there are two pathways. One is classical, another one is alternative pathway. If the classical fails, alternative. Plan B, alternative. So induced by microbial products, the classical pathway, endotoxins. Endotoxins are nothing but the bacterial proteins which are released after the death of the bacteria in the body. Okay, and T cell signals, T cells. These are the cytokines, natural hormones, and this is interferon gamma, IFN, interferon gamma. Interferon gamma is a wonder drug which has prevented cancers. You know, this was detected very recently in 1970. They detected it. And foreign substances include crystal, particulate material. All this will stimulate macrophages. Classically activated macrophages kill ingested organism. They are the killers, natural killer cells. We call it natural killer cells. And secrete hormones, cytokines, stimulate inflammation. Okay, the circulating monocyte adheres to the endothelium, emigrates out of the endothelium, comes out to the tissue injury site, and in the tissue, it acts by releasing interferon gamma. Interferon gamma, immune-activated T lymphocytes will activate the macrophages and inflammatory tissue injury with reactive oxygen species. Reactive oxygen. And repair cells, the growth factors, platelet-derived growth factor, fibroblast growth factor, transformation growth factor. What is this? I told you, fibroblast will be transformed. These cells can be transformed in the body. Okay. The collagen fiber will liberate the fibroblast. The monocyte at times can get transformed into a fibroblast. Okay. So this transformation is brought about by TGF, transformation growth factor. Okay. Fibrogenic cytokines, angiogenic factors, that is the fibroblast growth factor, and remodeling collagenases. Excessive collagen in the body is also dangerous. So this excessive collagen will be removed by this remodel collagenase. They will break down the excess collagen, give what is required by the body, and synthesize. So classically, interferon gamma liberated by the microbes and the macrophages will stimulate the microbicidal actions, that is phagocytosis, killing of bacteria, inflammatory processes, tissue repair and fibrosis, and anti-inflammatory effects, all brought about by gamma interferon, interleukin 1, interleukin 3, interleukin 4. Okay? So alternative pathway, if the classical pathway fails, the alternative pathway will activate. This is brought about by interferon gamma again, and interleukin 4, interleukin 13, produced by T lymphocytes, mast cells. Mast cells are nothing but basophils. You know basophils? Very less in population, less than 1%. But they are very, very important cells, mast cells. They lie in the skin. They lie in the skin, mast cells. And eosinophils, produced in allergy in the body. So actively activated macrophages, and not actively microbicidal. They do not have microbicidal, means they don't kill the microbe. Microbicidal, cidal means killing. Okay? They don't kill, but they activate the macrophage to kill. Okay? Secrete growth factors, promote angiogenesis. You see, new blood vessels, they promote new blood vessels, activate fibroblast, stimulate collagen synthesis. Okay? So all these processes will be done. And here in the same picture, tissue macrophage, classical monocyte, adherence, or margination, emigration, tissue macrophages, and inflammatory tissue processes and repair processes. Both are brought about by these macrophages. So the function of macrophage, you know. So what are the roles of macrophages in host defense? Phagocytosis, tissue repair, and secretion of mediators of inflammation like tumor necrosis factor, interleukin-1, chemokines. This will be dealt in the next class, next hour, more important. So the role of macrophage in inflammation, phagocytosis, killing of some organism, harboring of some organism, exocytosis, removal the damaged tissue, removal of attacking parasites and damaged tissue. And next is lymphocyte. Lymphocyte is a recognizer. It will keep the memory. It will place the memory in the brain and in the cell, in the body. It is the brain of surveillance. Policeman, it is called as the policeman. It will be surveilling. What will the police do? They will go in their cars and stay in different places, look suspicious activity. So the lymphocytes will do that. So any specific immune stimulus, that is infections, they get mobilized. Okay? Non-immune mediated inflammation, they will get activated. That is burns, ischemic necrosis, they will get activated. Any autoimmune, chronic inflammatory disease, they will get activated. They secrete antibodies. B lymphocytes are called plasma cells, I told you. CD4 T lymphocytes are activated to secrete cytokines. They promote inflammation. B and T lymphocytes are very important. So macrophage lymphocyte interaction, this is very, very important. T cells will talk with macrophages and produce excess amount of interferon gamma, tumor necrosis factor, inflammatory responses, and recruitment of acute inflammatory cells and macrophages. Both will occur due to interaction between T lymphocytes and macrophages. The activated macrophage is nothing but epithelioid cell. This epithelioid cell is called epithelioid. Why? Because it has got the shape of a epithelial cell. The shape of a epithelial cell is chemokines, gamma interferon, everything will be dealt in detail. Okay. And granuloma. Granuloma is nothing but chronic inflammatory process characterized by activated macrophage and scattered lymphocyte plasma cells. Okay. So, area of injury, the cell necrosis, antigens, chemotactic factors will stimulate recruitment of macrophages, lymphocytes. And these macrophages and lymphocytes are classically arranged around the necrotic focus, This collection of cells around the necrotic focus is called granuloma. Granuloma. Okay. The name derived from Greek. Granule means collection. Gang. Okay. Gangster. So what happens here? The macrophages will join hands. Okay. Because the organism is stronger. To remove the strong person, what will you do? In a fight, you 4 or 5 people will join hands. He is stronger than us. We have to remove him. So they will join hands. And when they join hand, they will be called as giant cell. Giant cell. And this giant cell is called as Langhans giant cell. It was diagnosed by Langhans. These are nothing but aggregated macrophage, aggregated effort. Otherwise, the tubercle bacilli cannot be removed. The tubercle bacilli is strong. Single individual epithelioid cell cannot remove the bacteria. So the giant cells will come, join a gang, and the gang will go and engulf the bacteria. So these are called as Langhans giant cells. Giant cells. Collection of 5 to 6 or 8 to 10 macrophages. Okay. So granulomas, T cell responses, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Treponema pallidum, syphilis, fungal infection, fungi. So immune-mediated inflammatory diseases. Yesterday was the PBL on chronic inflammation. All these discussions we have done. So notably chronic Crohn's disease, inflammatory bowel disease, granulomatous disease, granulomatous ileitis, the other name is granuloma due to immune disease, and unknown etiology, sarcoidosis. Okay, sarcoidosis, unknown etiology. And foreign body, see a splinter, glass piece entering the body, thorn pricking the body, all these are foreign bodies. These will also stimulate the T lymphocytes and macrophages and cause granuloma. This is called as foreign body granuloma. Foreign body. Nail entering the body, gunpowder entering the body, nickel, metal, anything which is foreign to the body, if it enters, glass piece, fiber, skin, suture material, anything can cause foreign body granuloma. So morphology of a granuloma is collection of lymphocyte, macrophages and giant cells. See this giant cell. This is a giant cell which is having circular arranged nuclei. All the nuclei of macrophages join and become a big cell. Activated macrophages after activation from gamma interferon and cytokines, interleukin 1, they will get activated. And this activated will join hands. Okay, epithelioid cells, they are called epithelioid cells. Activated macrophages are called epithelioid cells. They look like epithelioid cell. That is why epithelioid, oid means look like. Okay. So this all, here is the granuloma. This is the morphological picture of the giant cell, granuloma, showing giant cell. Multiple nuclei of macrophages. All they join hands and they will eat the bacteria, eat up the bacteria. Here is another giant cell. Multiple nuclei, large abundant cytoplasm, vacuolated cytoplasm, and they have engulfed a vacuole. You see, vacuole that is containing the organism probably, especially the tubercle bacilli. So morphology is consist of epithelioid cells. Epithelioid cells, indistinct cell border, okay, elongated cell borders, and they are consistent of epithelioid macrophages surrounded by collar of lymphocytes and multinucleate giant cells, as I told you. Such cells are large mass of cytoplasm and central caseous necrosis. Caseous means clay. Clay means one which we do the pot, you know. It can be molded. It's not abscess. There are no neutrophils. It is all
Like cheese, doctor.
dead nuclear debris. Yes. And Crohn's disease, sarcoidosis, non-caseating granuloma. Okay. So mechanism of granuloma formation, injury by mycobacteria, inability to digest inciting agent, failure of acute inflammatory response leads to chronic inflammation, persistence of injurious agent, cell-mediated immune response, recruitment of macrophage. Here, cell-mediated immune response will release gamma interferon and interleukin-1, interleukin-4, interleukin-13, all will cause macrophage activation. Macrophage activation. These macrophages will join hands, will form giant cells and form the granuloma. So this is the hourglass. Hourglass we have shown. It will take minimum 4 weeks to form a granuloma. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Chronic inflammation. Okay. So non-specific supervenes acute infection, chronic suppuration, osteomyelitis in the bone, granulomatous inflammation, and autoimmune diseases. These are the different examples of chronic inflammation, main formations. So chronic inflammation may follow acute inflammation or may arise de novo. Chronic inflammation can become without acute inflammation. The patient can directly go for chronic when the immunity is very low, as in AIDS, acquired immune deficiency. The person will develop chronic inflammation, especially tuberculosis. Without having any acute inflammation, they will go for chronic inflammation. So here are different examples of tuberculosis, leprosy, syphilis, cat scratch disease, sarcoidosis, Crohn's disease. These are the examples of chronic disease, chronic granuloma infection. This picture, I want all of you to take a printout and attach it on your wall. This question is often asked every year. Every year they will ask. Give examples, define granuloma, give examples. You have to know this. Okay. So this is also another picture. You have to know this. Okay. Causes of inflammation and examples. This is the summary of which I have spoken until now. Okay. Thank you. Pathologic basis of disease is the book you have to follow. Next, another book is Anderson Pathology. It's for systemic pathology if you want to understand. If you get the book in your library, it is very good. It is available in your Saudi digital library. Meanwhile, I will take your attendance. Don't go. Yes, very good. Another picture I will take. The screenshot. Yes. Write your names in the chat. Okay. If you miss, we will detect that. Okay. So I have taken the screenshot. I hope you have understood. Again, in the next class, again, all this gamma interferon, interleukin 1, interleukin 6, the mediators of inflammation will be dealt in detail. So carefully listen to that and again come back and read chronic inflammation. You will understand all the features. Okay. It is a very easy subject. Only thing is you have to understand and read. Okay. Okay. Any doubts? We will clarify when time comes. Don't worry. Abdul Nasir, Mohanad, Anas, Sultan Talal, Khalid, Abdullah, Sultan Sahil, Mishari Alatevi, Muat, Fahad, Abdulaziz, Abdul Majid, Faisal, Shakra, 60300, Shakra, 20845, Shakra, yes, Yasser Alajit, Shakra, 60332, Shakra, Khalid, Shakra, Khalid Abdul Rahman Al Khatani, Shakra, 6066, Shakra.